Hey, what's going on, everyone? Choco here, and welcome to a very strange episode because a lot of stuff happened on stream, but very little of what was done on stream is going to be translated now. We accomplished a great thing today. I'm not going to spoil it yet. It's probably spoiled by the title of the episode, but we accomplished a great thing today. It took a long time to figure out how to do a very simple thing, but I'm very excited. Probably more excited than I should be. That's not the point. Anyways, Artie and I are here. Dearth, unfortunately, had to go be a dad and, go to sleep or something because he had to do dad things. But look at this lovely thing we got here from Artie. The smeltery's looking real cute. And it even says bark. I contributed that suggestion, by the way. If you're wondering why he added this thing that says bark at the bottom, it's because it's supposed to look like a little friendly critter smeltery. Pretty pleased. All right, anywho. Today is going to be a very short episode, but an interesting episode nonetheless. At least for me, from my perspective, it's kind of interesting. So we went on this huge. So we're going to do a little story time with Choco. We went into this huge, ridiculously weird, very convoluted thing because it started from me saying mechanism sucks, and people were like mechanism doesn't suck, and we went to war. But then afterwards, we went into this whole conversation about, well, how do we make obsidian? And because Artie has, he's been slaving away with his buckets and pushing it onto a lava thing, and as he cries salty tears, we're like, man, we got to make Artie's life better. We didn't make his life better. His life is still going to be miserable when it comes to obsidian, but we did find out something else interesting, because whenever we got into this conversation about how can we make obsidian, people were saying, oh, well, why don't you just use XNet? I was like, what the heck's XNet? Well, XNet's this cool thing. So we looked into it, and I was like, oh, okay. XNet is basically it's like a networking solution. It's think of it as your piping system, but it's a really intense piping system. It's like the piping system's been working out of the gym, and it knows what's going on. So cool, not really for us. Because, and you might be like, what? How could you just write it off? Did you even look into it? Which the answer is yes. We looked very briefly into it. I read the manual. I even have the manual still here. Maybe I don't. I used to. It's probably up there somewhere. Hold on. I promise I'm not lying. We did look into it. It's just, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense for us. But hold on. I'm going to clear my good name. If I have a good name. Do I have a good name? I think I have a good name. All right. Yes, here he goes. XNet manual. So, promise. Oh, also, let me know how you guys feel about the brick background stuff. Anywho, and also moved it up because we had some people who were like, you should put the thing up so we can see the achievements and stuff. And I lost him. Artie and Dearth achieved 50,000 things, and they're cheaters. But yeah, okay. Anywho, we're gonna break this cactus real quick. That was way taller. Wait, did it not render the rest of the cactus? Is that why? No, it just okay. That was weird. The cactus exploded and made it look way more intense. That was not nearly as much cactus as I thought it was. All right, sand. Wait, actually. Yes, okay.
I already made it, the next stuff.
You made snad?
Yeah.
Okay, come. Oh, wait, you already put it there.
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, I did not realize you had already put it there. I felt dumb.
Yeah,
now.
I have no concept of episodes, so I just do stuff.
Okay, well, anyways, snad does work with cacti. Apparently, I'm really, really late to that whole thing, but apparently it's a thing, so neat. Anyway, so back to the story time. Back to focused. We're focused. XNet. We're like, oh, it's kind of okay. It's all right. It's networking around. But we got to this next part where I think Binary in chat was like, hey, listen, guys. Listen. You guys are talking about XNet. I'm gonna see your XNet and raise you an integrated dynamics. Dearth, Artie, and myself all, what's an integrated dynamics? And Dearth had some idea about certain parts of integrated dynamics because he's dabbled in a couple. He's like, oh, I needed the battery and stuff from there, but none of us really knew what it was. Okay, integrated dynamics. How bad could that be? I don't know. Surely can't be that bad. How wrong we were. So integrated dynamics is you can do logical operations, and it's this really it's far more effort to explain it for what it's worth. But basically, it's a networking solution, but it also adds into it a bunch of rules and stuff they can apply to your system. And that's in hopes that you can automate something and you can network something a little bit more intelligently, a little bit better, a little bit more potentially compact, but it's very complicated in terms of if you want to take it to the utmost extreme, you can do some really ridiculous stuff. And if you don't need the utmost extreme, it's actually not that bad. And we're going to be showing that to you today. So spoiler, that's what the big reveal is. We're going to do integrated dynamics today. The other thing that we don't know about, we haven't explored, we haven't figured out a whole lot about, is we are also going to be using this, I guess, for astral sorcery. I don't know. There's like NBT data that we're going to have to look into for identification. I don't know. I don't know how astral sorcery works. I have no idea. I don't know. So we're going to see. But we're not going to worry about that right now. Anywho, we have a very simple task ahead of us today. Because unfortunately, integrated dynamics, for all the wondrous things, it is the creation of obsidian, right? The original goal. The creation of obsidian is actually not something that we can do using these cauldrons, as far as we know, right? Now you might be like, but Choco, you could just use the stupid bucket and you can make an obsidian thing. Yes, that's true. But the problem is that we have to use that. We have to go ahead and automate that whole thing, and it's more trouble than it's worth. Because what we can do is we can take this lava, put in some water into a smeltery or something, create obsidian that way. Much simpler. It's actually going to run and properly do its thing without a whole bunch of grief and trouble. So we're not going to worry about that. Because originally, if you think back to even stone blocks and stuff like that, you would have the crucible and you put water on top of the thing and it would create obsidian underneath. So what we try to do is we try to pipe in water into the lava. It didn't really work. And we're like, well, maybe if we put it on the top and maybe we use a fluid world explorer, all this other nonsense. It basically came down to cauldrons hate us, tough luck. That is what it is. So instead what we're going to do today is we're going to try to make this whole thing so it works purely off of integrated dynamics to create lava. The interesting thing here is that it's not going to really help us that much in footprint. Surprise, surprise. However, it will be able to remove the requirement for power. It's not going to compact a lot of stuff. It's going to probably look a little bit more tedious than realistically what it needs to be. But it's going to save us, I think, a tiny bit of space, like the tiniest itty bittiest bit of space. And it's also going to be more efficient, and it's going to not use power. So that's the hopeful goal here. Now, we have done this, full disclaimer, I did this in a single-player world to discover how the heck this is going to work. Also, this automated user did not have power attached to it, so I guess...
Yeah, I accidentally broke it.
Yeah,
I had a thing.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so this geothermal generator, which I just sucked up, and then all that stuff, we're going to do away with it. So the main players here, cobblestone generator, this cauldron, and then we're going to make the integrated dynamic stuff now, hopefully. Hopefully it's not going to be that bad. Also, you may notice that Artie and Dearth have been messing around and playing with heads and stuff. It's crazy. They are getting into some really, really creepy stuff. If I see pygmy heads, I'm going to quit the server.
We found it in the thing.
All right, so keyboard's still giving me trouble, so if you see me screw up some typing things with my... I have an excuse if it's the I or U keys, but everything else not so much. All right, so integrated dynamics.
The I or U keys?
The I and U.
Oh.
So U and I keys.
That's the problem. Okay.
Yeah. What? What did I do?
No, I'm wondering why you're even using those. Those are like little known or little used keys.
I don't know.
Because on the other hand.
I don't know why those keys decided to die on my keyboard. I did not make the rules.
Key mapping is messed up.
I don't know why. I don't make the rules. All right, so we have mineral stuff, right? We have all that junk growing. And one of the things that's interesting about integrated dynamics is that as a networking solution, it's actually relatively cheap, provided that you can get to this spot, right? So from our perspective, what are we going to need today? We're going to need these logic cables, because that's basically just like the cabling for this whole mod pack. So logic cables will be one of them. We're going to need ourselves... Oh, actually, hold on. Okay. So there's integrated dynamics and there's integrated tunnels. All right. So integrated tunnels adds in these cool little things called the item interfaces and all this other junk. Basically, though, the thing that really matters to us is that this lets us connect it kind of like AE2 connects, and it's super useful. So this is going to require a chest, crystallized mineral. We're going to go ahead and need a world exporter, a world item exporter. We're just going to need all this junk. This is going to be a little bit more expensive, but we don't need quite that many of them. And then I think that's it. I think it's just those 3 things. Oh, and we're also going to need a fluid reader. Yes, so this one. So that's going to
Do we
require...
need one of those, the little, one of hold on. The variable card. Do we need one of those?
No, we do not.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start off, and let's see what we can make right off the top of our heads. Artie, would you be able to get me a bucket of water? Because I just realized I do not have a bucket of water.
Yeah.
All right, and then we are going to go ahead and plot along. Okay, so logic cables, and because we're playing in Sky Factory, right, we do have the added benefit of crystallized mineral chunks are one of the different things that the actual mineral saplings produce. So that actually does help us along quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, the redstone gave out. We need more redstone. That's fine. All right, so 6 cable really should be enough. We don't really need that much cable. You guys will see, hopefully. Hopefully, if this goes well. If it goes poorly, then we're going to pretend this never happened. Let's see here. So now we have that. I need to make an item interface. All the item interface is going to do is that this is going to go ahead and let us communicate with our things, which in this case is going to be communicating with our cobblestone generator. So that out of the way, we are now going to need... and already has dropped off the bucket.
Okay.
And then I'm going to need to take
Sorry,
this
the cakes had to
here.
go. They were... I got rid of the cakes.
You monster! All right, fluid reader. Whoops. Oh, I need to make this thing for... Okay, so we need to make... Oh, we never made... Okay, so I guess we do need to make variable cards. So real quick, these things right here are kind of... Oh, for goodness... We have them here, don't we? We surely do. We have sugarcane. Yes. All right, so real quick, since I didn't realize that this was going to actually be a thing here, but it is very important. We are going to also require... I lied. So I thought we would be good with just those 4 things. We're also going to be needing these variable cards. We don't really need this many of them, but it doesn't matter. We can use them all. And then these fluid cards, of course, are going to combine. I'm going to need to make a sticky piston, unless already do you magically have one available?
I actually do not.
Okay. Would you be able to make me a piston?
Yes.
All right. Wait, never mind. Just kidding. I don't need it. Well, I didn't realize that we had all the materials to make a piston inside of here, which is sort of surprising.
Yep.
All right, sticky piston. All right, cool. And then nope, that's not a fluid reader. Fluid reader, input variable, blah blah blah. It's not really important that you understand what any of these words mean as of yet. Fluid reader, cool. Oh, it actually consumed one of our buckets. More you know. All right, and so we now have our fluid reader. We got our cables. We got our interface, which means that we just have to get the world item exporter. And this thing is going to probably be the not so fun part of this whole thing. So, wait, is this what I need? Oh no, that's the importer. Dang it. Curses. All right. Let's see here. So, world item exporter is going to require an item exporter, which means I'm going to need an output variable, blah, 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 blah. So I need to make a piston. Okay, piston is mine. And then exporter, item exporter, nope. Okay, I need to make the output variable, blah, blah, blah first. Okay, yes, okay. Now I can make item exporter, yes. And then with this item exporter, I can then work towards this. All right, so here's the other side of this, right? So we have all this junk here. We have the crystallized mineral chunks. However, we do not have the other part of it. Legasp, what is? So diamonds or whatever. Diamonds we can get to. But this crystallized chorus chunk is something that's new to us, right? So you could see here before it just all died because Artie presumably messed with the inventory.
What?
If you interact with an inventory, then it will.
Oh, I went to go get the chorus fruit.
Yeah, I know. I'm explaining why it looked like I just kind of like randomly exited. So if I look at this world item exporter, the logic director here, we have the crystallized mineral chunks. We can definitely make diamonds. Crystallized chorus chunks. This is going to require crystallized chorus chunk, duh. And this is going to require either us to have liquid chorus. We can drying basin up some liquid chorus. We could mechanical drying basin, blah, blah, blah. Or I can squeeze some popped chorus fruit, which sounds a little bit easier. And all this popped chorus fruit is going to be as if we smelt down a chorus fruit, which seems relatively fine. Also, random chance that popped chorus fruit will come from the bonsai tree for itself. So, if I guess Artie already has it for us.
Slightly. How many of the crystallized ones do we need?
I am going to need 6 crystallized bits. So we need the pop chorus fruit. We need to stomp on them for a while.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go plant this.
Okay, so we have a 50-50 shot of getting... Oh, it's going to even create liquid chorus for us as well. Interesting. Did not know. Is it...
How do I...
Is it supposed to run?
It's supposed to run.
It's not really doing much of anything.
Do we have a tank? Like
a tank?
Yeah, I think we need to drain the lava out.
We could... How much lava is in there? There is a lot of lava in there.
It was picking up lava, yeah. Alright, hold on.
Away with you, demon. Alright. How
plant
hard is it
this
to make a mechanical squeezer? Is it hard?
I don't know. Darth made it.
2 energy batteries, obsidian, diamond. The squeezer isn't too bad.
Oh wait, I need one of those fruits.
The chorus fruit? Popped ones?
I need it. I'm gonna plant it.
Well, you put in a bunch of pop chorus fruit, but...
I think I need one.
Okay, I have a chorus fruit. Where are you?
I'm bouncing up and down here. Alright.
Chorus fruit. Nope, you just bounced away. Alright, where are you going?
Yeah, I got one. I'm going up top. It's faster just to...
Yeah, fall.
Alright, let's see if I can plant this. No. Why can't I plant this?
Hmm.
Oh, I need the chorus.
You need what?
I need the flower?
Are you
Why can't I
planting
plant the-
chorus fruit? Question mark.
Why can't I plant the chorus?
Are you playing on endstone? Question mark.
Yeah. Maybe.
No. Okay, let's
I
go.
don't need a bonsai. What? Do I need the fruit, the flower?
Oh, yeah, you might. Why don't you just bring a bonsai with you? Didn't I give you like a bunch of bonsai pots?
Well, I have a bonsai, but it's really, really, really slow in the bonsai.
Is it faster otherwise?
Yes, but we only have a 1% chance of the flower. The bonsai takes 5 minutes to grow.
Wait, what? Do we even need to go through all this effort? What are we doing this for?
The chorus. We need the
But we only
chorus
need
fruit,
3
right?
pop chorus fruit.
Well, that's why I asked how many we needed.
Yeah, I told you I don't
thought we
know.
needed 6.
Yeah, we need 6 total, but we need 3 pop chorus fruit to make the 6 crystallized chunks.
Oh, well, then we have that.
Yeah, so we just need to make the mechanical squeezer go.
Okay.
Also, for those of you who are confused as to where all these came from, it's because Artie was just like, Tinkers will take us all of 3 seconds and just a shake of my butt, and we're going to go ahead and have all these things. And just after he shook his butt, everything appeared.
Yep.
We got everything now in terms of everything all set up for a Tinkers episode, which everyone's super excited for. We promise. Can't you see the excitement in my face and through my voice? It is over and beyond. I am so excited for Tinkers. Let me tell you, the only thing that makes my
ask
heart...
for short episodes. We're gonna have one.
My heart races at the thought of that and mechanism. Those two make my heart flutter. Mainly because it's probably my heart trying to tell me death, death, death.
Well,
how are we gonna get the lava out?
oh, right. I was after a tank. Hold on. Let me go get some seared. Oh, do I have some seared?
How many times do we have to do that?
Yeah.
So, two of them will do it. Just put it like right next to it.
Oh, that's not gonna work because that's. I need the.
You need the actual tank.
Yeah, hold on.
Wow, we have a weird collection of things.
Well, you keep saying you want stuff, so I make it, and then it's just kind of.
No, it's just like, where did we get a copper solenoid from?
That was Dearth.
This
He
is
has also started putting his stuff in my.
Oh man.
Do I not have?
Hey there, Frank.
Oh wait.
How
I
you
know where
doing?
some more are.
Also, for those of you who are wondering, this is energized glowstone, which is basically just melted down glowstone that they decided to spread all around the area.
And by they, he means me. Yes, I did.
Well, I thought Dearth also had a hand in it too, didn't he?
No.
Oh, it was correction. It was just Artie's crimes.
To be fair, it looks nice.
Kind of makes me think of you remember those Subnautica floaters?
Yes.
Makes me think of really, really happy floaters, golden happy
good.
floaters.
Good.
Which also can help. Apparently, random aside, even though Subnautica is not really, what we do here, but like, if you put floaters in your Cyclops and you accidentally like drop them, it can destroy your entire Cyclops because it'll just like upend it and just ruin everything.
I need to cook. I need glass. Hold on. I think there's a glass down there, right? Yes. Yes, and the little stove down here. I think there's glass.
Yes, there's 3 glass.
Come on. Okay.
I'll take
Dude.
a stack of oak wood and use that as fuel for the furnace.
Okay. All right.
All this. Can't you just put it right next to them?
Can I?
I think so. Here, put one next to it. Yeah.
Okay.
These tanks do not have that much capacity, apparently. You only have to do that 22 more times, Artie.
No, I have a better idea. Hold on. I need wood.
Let's see here. Wow. That really makes you appreciate how much lava is currently in that thing. Good Lord. So much. Barrels, drums, storage, and more. What is this? I feel like lava being held in wood is
a brilliant idea. Yes.
questionable.
No, it's brilliant. It's gonna work fine, and the lava's gonna be happy for it.
Can we upgrade that?
I don't know, but what I do know is I can make another.
Here, I'm going to try to upgrade that. I want to see if this will work, because I actually have 0 clue if this is a thing or not, and I'm kind of curious. Okay, so we made a 64 upgrade, from Tendo 64. Oh, it did work. There you go. Done. Oh. And there it goes. Crystallized quartz chunks out the wazoo. We have double what we needed.
Why did it break the wood on the bottom? That's scary.
Because there's lava in a wood barrel. What do you want? All right, let's see here. Back to Back to our original scheduled programming.
Wait, did you already take it out?
Yes, I already took it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
thought I lost it somehow or something.
No.
I didn't think I did anything, but you know.
Stop opening the chest!
Sorry, there was stuff inside. I was putting the bonsai back.
All right. Let me see here. So, now that we've been, sidetracked for 20 million years, let us go back. Go back to the beginning of everything, to the root of the world. And we shall make... I like how we're like, this is going to be a short episode. We're already 25 minutes in. Feels bad. So, we're going to need to make a logic director. Wonderful. Now we can direct all the logic. And we're going to need a world item exporter. Excellent. Now with these people combined, we can make the ultimate team of heroes. And by that, I mean we are going to try not to be idiots. I don't know what all these things in my inventory are. All right.
Careful, that's going to be hard for us, but...
Okay, so first off, we're going to do this. We're going to put a fluid reader here. And you might be like, fluid reader? Choco, please. What are you trying to do here, man? Scaring me. Don't you worry. We are trained professionals. We know exactly what we're doing. Apparently, logic cables are also super duper sturdy. Good lord. Wow.
So, I wonder if we put the fluid reader on this side, Can we just have, like... never mind.
Don't. We know how to do one thing. Let's not push our luck. All right. World item exporter. Now, you might be like, Choco, I can't help but notice that there's absolutely no lava in there. And yes, you'll be correct. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this little variable card. I'm going to say tank empty. And it creates a tank empty variable card. But wait, there's more. We're then going to go here. I'm going to say, hey, buddy. We're going to go through all these options and we're just going to ignore everything. We're going to say, we want you to put 4 cobble, because it takes 4 cobble to make one full thing of lava in there. 4 cobble every single time you decide to tick, right? And then we're going to take this empty card and it's going to say, if the thing is empty, if the cauldron is empty, I want you to place all your empties inside of that cauldron or throw it there because it's a world item exporter. That's the difference, is that we're using something that basically is like a really, really nice dispenser. So if I put this in here, there you go. Now, a couple of catches to this. Number one, if you don't use the entirety of the actual contents of the cauldron, it will stall for a moment, right? Because it's not going to understand, like, I need to refill it or whatever. So if some reason you manage to do that, that won't work. But as you can just see from already kind of messing around with the buckets, you can regain it and it will instantly refill it provided it hits 0. This is a 0 energy. This is a 0 energy system to create infinite lava for a relatively low cost, right? Because again, all we needed was mineral. We needed, I mean, I guess technically you do need the chorus stuff, which is not super duper cheap, but you needed the mineral, the chorus fruit. As long as you have one chorus fruit, whatever, you can just grow it from your bonsais and you'll be good. If you have those 2 things and then you have wood and stuff like that and 1 diamond, you're good. That's all you need. It's super duper nice. And because it's so controlled, it's not like an automated user where it's constantly ticking. This thing is literally just like, hey, you empty? Yeah? Here's 4 cobble. That's it. Works. It works on demand. It's great. Artie, I think we did it. I think we are the masters of the universe.
Now, quick question. How much
Yes.
of this piping do you have?
I have 2 more.
Do you want to connect it to this chest full of cobble?
Not really.
Okay.
I wanted the whole point of this is I wanted to keep it like relatively compact. I now realize that we have a double chest full of cobble, which I guess we can just like chuck off the side of the world. Artie.
What?
All right, well, we will clean. We will do housekeeping now.
I listen good. There you go.
We live a simple life here in Sky Factory 4.
I just threw a cobble generator at you.
It is a life of many, many questionable decisions, a lot of struggles. But you know what? It's our life. and we are doing a great job of living it unless Artie kills somebody. Then he's living his life while everyone else is unfortunately losing theirs. But for our purposes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed that. I mean, so realistically, right? This is like an actual legitimate, honest to goodness recommendation. In Sky Factory 4, where we're at right now, I don't think is that hard to reach. And for something that's relatively low cost, this is a fantastic way to automate the production of lava. It is instantaneous, which means that it's technically faster than what we had in like Stone Block with the Crucible, because it slowly had to cook up the lava. But since this is instant gratification, this will create lava at an absolutely staggering rate. So I would strongly recommend that if you are doing Sky Factory 4, that you at least give this a look. It didn't require any of the complex, like, they're listening to the logic thing, and then, get a master's degree in freaking, I don't know, integrated dynamics engineering and all this other stuff. It's literally just, you get one of these cards, get yourself an interface, some cable, exporter, and a fluid reader, and that's it. You're done. That's it. And actually, what we could theoretically do is we could even replace these fluid cables from Cyclic with more integrated dynamics things. It's that good. I cannot recommend the cabling enough because it is super quick. If you want to, by the way, as kind of an aside, if you would like to, you can even, how I said, like, there's options in here. You can change the rates on a lot of these different things. And even though we use the world item exporter, if we were to try to, let's say, just move around items in the early game, I would argue that this is actually a pretty strong option. It does move things around very quickly from point A to point B. It is not going to replace something like your simple storage and everything like that. But if you are trying to just pipeline things and move them around, I think it's a pretty good option. I don't think it's that bad. It's in this really funky spot where it's not going to be like the best thing in the world for all eternity, but we'll see. We're going to probably revisit this, not in the immediate future, but we will probably revisit this later when we do either Astral or if we encounter some really bizarre stuff. But this is something to keep in mind. It's an interesting little doodad, because really it's just interfaces to connect to whatever you're trying to get it to connect into your... Think of this as like an AE2 network kind of thing. So interface connects it to your network, and then you're trying to export it in some way, shape, or form. And these readers, effectively, I just treat them as if like this is just saying, hey, these are your different things that I can teach your little or your variable card. I was going to call it the aspect card, but the variable card, just throw it in there, creates that condition. Just throw it in here, and you're done. That's it. It's that simple. It's that easy, and it's beautiful. So, anywho, thank you all very much for watching. If you all enjoyed this episode of shorter and informative Sky Factory 4, please leave a like rating.
It's true.
Please leave a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you'd like to check out everyone else's perspectives that don't exist on this particular episode, but in other episodes they hopefully would exist. You can also check out the description below. And hit the notification bell to get notifications. Also, would like to give a giant thank you to everyone who has been showing support. The last two, I'm assuming it's something to do with this really weird looking face. Oh, I'm pointing the wrong way. There we go. This weird looking face. Apparently, it's intriguing. I don't know what it is. Maybe you just can't look away from a train wreck, or I don't know what it is, but cool. For those of you who are new here, hello, welcome. I'm your local neighborhood idiot. And for everyone else who's been here for a while, derp. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. So today, of course, this is a very isolated episode. Something kind of neat that we poked around with. And then next episode, I'm going to look at Artie's shrine next time. We're not going to do it today, but Artie kind of made a weird shrine to himself, which is not at all concerning.
It's not necessarily a shrine. I mean...
A shrine to himself, a little bit concerning. We might have to have an intervention. I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. Texas
you guys got upset
slated...
when I was making the Earth one.
It's all right. It's okay. The shrine to yourself is, behavior. So Tex is expected to come back on Wednesday, he said. So adjust that for Tex time and, 800 crises that he has to go solve. And depending upon how many Avengers movies he has to be in. we're probably looking at something like Friday for the first time back. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening for everything else. But yeah, we're gonna. If I don't, Tex will not be back for the next time. We will probably start doing some stuff with mechanisms, starting to work towards the dadgum fusion reactor, which I know a lot of people are gonna be like, why are you doing the fusion reactor? We're gonna do the fusion reactor. But we're going to probably start making our way towards it. At the very least, getting some of the machines and operations up on it. Outside of mechanism, once we get past that, if Texas for some reason is still not back, we're going to probably start getting our way into preparations for some other things like preparing for the advent of AE2, maybe some base building episodes. We'll have to see. I am very, very adverse to the idea of starting that until we get the ability of flight, which won't be for a while. The other thing, of course, would be mystical agriculture, if really push comes to shove. Though, again, some people are like, we saw Inferium. I feel like we did too, but I don't know where we saw it. Because I don't know. I also thought that I had encountered it in my travels one day, but I surely have no clue where they are now.
And I don't think I've seen it, so...
Yeah, so maybe it could be that we're all just delusional. I have no idea. But... we'll see. We'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But Inferium, we do need to source some way, somehow, so we can at least get started. The prosperity. Let me make sure I'm not talking on my butt. Prosperity shards. We can make the prosperity sapling, but that's going to require the Inferium seeds and the cobalt sapling. Cobalt sapling, of course, is going to require us to do all kinds of magical witchcraft, because this is going to require us to go into deep mob learning. And also have Ardite, which is, another thing. Ardite, of course, is going to be something that's a product of another star and all this other stuff from Deep Mob Learning. So we have a lot of things that we can do. It's a lot of stuff that, as far as I know, none of us really know a whole lot about. But we'll see. We'll see where we end up going. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Sorry for this extremely long outro. But yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next time. And I will make a mention right now, the Stone Block series. If you are curious, at this point, Stone Block will point to a lot of things that we'll be doing in this series, because in Stone Block I have EMC, and I can experiment with things and blah, blah, blah on there, which makes life a whole lot easier, because life on Sky Factory 4 is very much harder. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and most importantly, and as always, take care of yourselves, have a wonderful, safe day, and until next time, everyone, ciao for now.